Hey there guys, so for this week I wanted to do another education video, seeing it is my last week here in Peterborough and I've got the whiteboard to hand. A few of you guys said I didn't really use the whiteboard in the last one, and I have to agree. I was kind of fluttering on quite a lot about this study, but it was quite an interesting thing that I read up on about, and I hope that you guys did find it useful. However, this week it is something that I feel that I do know a bit more about, and it's on the topic of thyroid hormone. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because a lot of you who have messaged me have been telling me that you are going to have your thyroid checked. You're going to check for this because it might explain your weight loss. However, eventually it is that you do have an eating disorder. And the topic of the thyroid hormone is very interesting, and it's because, like any hormone, the thyroid hormone has a multitude of effects. And if a practitioner were to see someone with weight loss, one of the first things that will come to their mind will be the thyroid. So what exactly is the thyroid hormone? Well, yes, we're back to the whiteboard. So the thyroid hormone is located in the neck. This isn't just a bow tie. What is the thyroid hormone produced from? Well, it's produced from a big protein which is located in the thyroid gland, and it's called thyroglobulin. And thyroglobulin is, if you just imagine it as a circle, that's got loads of these side chains, like this, of amino acids called tyrosine. So just imagine it like that. And what happens is when this is in the thyroid gland, iodine from the blood goes into the cells and into these little follicles, which is where this molecule is being stored. And what happens is the iodine and the tyrosine react together to produce these other molecules called monoiodothyronine and diiodothyronine. And what happens then is that these molecules can then come together to form your thyroid hormone, which is either called T3 or T4. So T3 stands for triiodothyronine, tri meaning three, and it's a combination of the monoiodothyronine and the diiodothyronine, 2 plus 1, 3, whereas the T4 is tetraiodothyronine, which is a combination of one di and one di, forming 4. So yeah, that's the very essential way that thyroid is made. And what happens is that when a signal from your brain, from your pituitary gland, it's called, it produces something called the thyroid stimulating hormone, or TSH. So it produces it, goes to the thyroid, and it does a lot of things in the thyroid, but the ultimate thing is that it increases the amount of thyroid that is being produced. So what exactly does the thyroid hormone do? Well, it has a lot of effects on your body. In children, it increases the amount that you're growing. In the fetus, it allows for brain development. You guys may have heard something called cretinism, which is where you don't have enough thyroid as a fetus, so your brain doesn't develop fully. And as well as this, thyroid has a lot of other effects on other parts of your body, including your heart, where it increases your heart rate, the amount of cardiac output, hence more blood flowing around your body. It affects your bones, it affects your gut, it just goes everywhere. So how on earth does this relate to eating disorders? Well, when you are hyperthyroid, a few things can happen. And I learned it in a mnemonic called TIPS-WIBS. And so the symptoms that can arise are tremor, T, so let's just TIPS, WIBS. So the T stands for tremor, and you do see this in a hyperthyroid person. They're like, it's a very fine tremor, it's quite easy to miss. The next thing is the I, where you can become irritable. The thing after that is you can develop palpitations, which is where you feel your heart racing inside your chest. The next P stands for perspiration, and they do tend to get quite sweaty. Now the S stands for skin, and people with hypothyroidism, they can get very, very fine skin, very fair skin. Now, the W stands for weight loss, and this is very obvious in someone with hyperthyroidism. However, unlike people with eating disorders, they tend to have an upregulated appetite. The H and the I are together, and they stand for heat intolerance. So someone with hypothyroidism, they cannot stay in a heated room for long. They just get too sweaty and too uncomfortable. Now the B, it stands for bowels, and this just signifies that people with hyperthyroidism, they tend to have diarrhea compared to normal people. And the final S stands for swelling, and the reason for this is some people with hyperthyroidism can develop a swelling in their neck, and this is called a goiter. And yeah, this is normally painless. So you can see a few similarities here with hyperthyroidism and eating disorders, hence why practitioners do tend to think of hyperthyroidism when they see someone presenting with weight loss. The other things that hyperthyroidism can do in the very long run is it can affect your bones, causing osteoporosis, which literally means porous bones. And this is something that people with eating disorders do tend to be tested for if it has been for a very prolonged course. And the reason for this is if you are malnourished, your bones, they do tend to break down, and you are more prone to fracture, or more prone to developing osteoporosis at a young age. And I think that I've spoken to you guys about this in my long-term effects of eating disorders. If you haven't seen that, I'll put it in the link down below. It has a lot of stuff in that video, so you may actually find it quite useful to watch. So yeah, I mean, those are the things that are linked to the thyroid, and yes, you can see the similarities it has with eating disorders. I hope that this has answered your questions about what the thyroid hormone is, and just generally what it does. So I hope that this video has been informative and just generally useful for the people who did ask for it. If you have any other suggestions of things that you'd like to see, things that you're inquisitive about, please just let me know. It doesn't have to be a video that I make out of it. I can just let you guys know over messaging. It's just that this was asked for quite a lot, so I thought it would be a better idea to make it in the form of a video. So I hope you guys have a good week, and I will be seeing you guys later.